What's going on, everyone? The Los Angeles Clippers are insanely stacked, and I've said on paper they might be the best team in the entire league, and I really think that they could really make some noise, and I think they have a real shot at winning the championship. My problem with the Clippers is they're that team that like every year has been their year the last like 10 years, and all the way back to Lob City, and yet they always seem to lose in the second round, or injuries end up happening, especially to these two guys. But if everyone can stay healthy, they are stacked from guard play to wing play to, everything except for center. They really lack size in that front court. Now, they do have Zubac, but outside of him, that's it. They don't really have anybody that can play center that is big in size. So, of course, it makes sense that now we're hearing rumors that the Clippers may potentially look to acquire Myles Turner, that there are several teams that want Myles Turner. Myles Turner would be an absolute home run type of player for the Clippers. Now, he does have injury history. He is a little injury prone, so that is a big concern, definitely. Just what he provides and what the Clippers need, I think he'd be a perfect fit. Now, I do have a Lakers channel, as it stands Lakers, which link in the description below. Go subscribe to that. But I've talked countless times about Myles Turner and the Lakers and how that whole thing fits, and the concern that the Lakers have with Myles Turner. The Clippers have a lot of the same concerns, him being a free agent, so thus he's a flight risk, him also being a guy that's just injury prone, things like that. Difference is I think that the Clippers can risk that more than the Lakers currently. I think the Clippers roster as is right now, again, might be the best in the entire league. And to add Myles Turner, I think you got to do it if you can. The issue is Clippers don't really have draft picks. Now, from 2027 on, they basically do, but they can't trade the 27th pick. So they would have to trade the 28th, 29th pick, first round picks. The good thing that the Clippers have, though, is they have a lot of mid-tier guys, right? They have a lot of guys that are in like the middle of the pack contract-wise, where they could take a couple of them, maybe unload them, maybe even move off of some of the young guys. I know some Clipper fans might not like that, but look, if they're trying to go and get Myles Turner, you're pushing to win a championship right now and the foreseeable future. And I think Myles Turner takes you that step closer. Not just that, but you can also run Turner at the 4 because he played a lot of 4 in Indiana, especially next to Sabonis. So I think if the Clippers could find a way to get Myles Turner, then I think hands down they're the best team in the league. I just think that injuries to 3 or 4 of your key players is a real concern. John Wall, there's a lot of questions with him. How is he going to be stepping back onto the court? Can he stay healthy? Stuff like that. Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, obviously they've been glass for the last few years, and last year especially. And then Myles Turner, I think that the injury bug is definitely a big concern. But Steve Ballmer doesn't care about the money, doesn't care about any of that stuff. He wants to win. And so Steve Ballmer, I think, would do whatever it takes to win. And if they believe that Myles Turner could put them in that position, then I think that they would get it done. Because again, Clippers have everything, front to back. They have too many guys. Like to the point where you almost kind of want to consolidate guys and just for like playoff time and stuff like that. Just because they are, you might argue they're too deep, but come playoffs, you're only going to run probably 7 or 8 guys, ideally, especially the later you get into the playoffs. But the Clippers definitely have everything that you need except for that low post threat, except for that big man, that real shot blocker. And I think that you would have that because Zoo's going to get worn down. Zoo is great, but he's not like you need guys for like when you play Denver, or say you end up meeting Philly or something like that in the championship, right? You need somebody that can wear that. Like Embiid would eat Zoo alive. He would be jumping up and down for joy if he got to play Zoo in the finals. Joker, right? I mean, Denver would love to just allow Zoo to have to guard him. And yes, the Clippers can play team defense, stuff like that, and they can kind of try to trap and just throw bodies at guys, but it'd be a lot nicer and easier if you're the Clippers if you could get a Myles Turner or something like that. And the Pacers really seem to want to move off of Turner. They want to get something in order to just not lose Turner for nothing. And I just think the Clippers, they would be a prime spot for Turner. Even if he ends up leaving, I don't think it'd be the end of the world for the Clippers, especially if you win the championship. I mean, just Clippers are just in a better position right now for the next few seasons than I think a team like the Lakers and stuff like that. Although I do think the Lakers are very good. A lot of people think they're going to be terrible. I don't agree with that, but I don't think they're like a contender. Like, I think they're a surefire playoff team, and once they get into the playoffs, good luck, especially if they have it figured out. Like, I speak very highly on the Lakers, and I've been a huge defender of the team they currently have, but if I remove my bias as a Laker fan, and as much as it pains me to say, the Clippers are clearly better on paper, and the reason I keep mentioning paper is because the Clippers, again, until they can prove that they're not a fragile team, that they can get the job done, that they can get out of the second round, it's one of those things. Like, it's just no matter how good they are, no matter how stacked they are, it just seems that something ends up happening that ends up just kind of ruining the plans of this team. And so unless something gets fixed, then that. But I do think you get guys like Myles Turner. You do have such a deep team, which I think is really good for the regular season. All these guys are going to play together for a full season, full training camp, stuff like that. Because you got to remember, a lot of these guys were taken, from trades and stuff. But you get the Clippers, like, you get the full season, you get all this stuff. And if they can stay healthy, which I think the depth will help, I think the fact that they have so many guys, you don't have to play Kawhi and Paul George 40 minutes a night. If you could get them to 30, that'd be great, especially Kawhi. Now, Kawhi looks yoked. Don't get me wrong. He absolutely looks yoked. But, come on, he's been tissue paper the last few years, and he's a guy that's not going to play through injuries and stuff. He's a guy, like, if his knee's bothering him, he's sitting out, and that's something else too. Paul George, same thing. So it would be nice if you have all this wing depth, you have all this guard depth, if you could get that center depth and move off of some of your wing guys, even if it's some of the younger guys, even if it's like a man or something like that. Yeah, it might suck, but you're trying to win now. You got the coach, you got the team, you got the depth, you got the stars, you got everything you need. If they can figure out a way to go get Myles Turner, you go get Myles Turner, whatever it takes. Because I really do think Myles Turner's impact on a Clippers team would just be unmeasurable. Just because he gives you that floor spacing, he gives you that shot blocking, he gives you everything. It's just the risk isn't as bad as like a team for the Lakers. If he does go down or he does miss significant time, stuff like that, you're good enough and deep enough to where it's okay. And you got a guy in Steve Ballmer that will spend $1 billion if he has to be good. So those draft picks in 27, 29, or 28 and 29, they're not going to matter. They're going to be irrelevant at that point. Even if you're a bad team, Steve Ballmer will throw money at guys to get people on the Clippers. The Clippers will probably be pretty good for a long time. Now, will they be good enough to win a championship? That's something else. But I think that they're going to be a team that is kind of that turnout for a lot of star players, stuff like that. And if you get Myles Turner, you could always re-sign him. You could always keep him for the long haul. Again, it's nice to have an owner that will write $1 billion check if he has to. He doesn't care. He's making $1 billion a day or something insane like that. So, who cares? $1 billion a year, sure. You probably have $1 under your couch right now. Like, that's Steve Ballmer. So he's not worried about it. And I just think that he wants this team to do whatever it takes to get the job done, to win a championship. And I do think Myles Turner is that guy. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I want to hear from you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. What do you think about the Clippers going and trading for Myles Turner? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Is it something that you think the Clippers should do? Do you think they should stay away from it? You think they're good? They got enough? Do you think that it's worth giving up the picks? Do you think, no, go all in, Because, again, I think the Clippers can afford the risk. He's not more fragile than half the guys on this team already. So, who cares? You are who you are. Run with it. Try to put the best roster as possible, because if they're healthy and they're meshing and they're working, man, Clippers, as much as it pains me to say, the Clippers are very good. But again, however you feel, good, bad, ugly, somewhere in between, love to hear your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. Quick little shameless plug, go subscribe to my second channel, link down in the description below. As it stands, Lakers, I am a diehard Laker fan. I love talking Lakers. I could talk Lakers all day, just like I could talk about all sports all day. And I'm sure many of you watching to this point enjoy my commentary, enjoy these discussions. So go check out the Lakers channel. Even if you're not a Laker fan and you just like hearing me talk about stuff in basketball, go over there and subscribe. I'll link down in the description below. I promise you won't be disappointed. That being said, hit that like button. Helps me out a lot. Lets me know you enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, followed by the bell notification. Stay up to date with all things sports. Join this wonderful community and all of our discussions. I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you.